I'm Adventure Man, Ron Spellman. Thanks for joining me as I film my everyday life full of adventure and show you how to do it too. You can find all my videos online by searching Adventure Man USA on YouTube and on Instagram. And I'm on Facebook as @AdventureManUSA. We've already talked about how important gear is to any great adventure, and my most recent adventure is no exception. I couldn't have summited Mount Washington in all that snow and cold weather if I hadn't had the proper gear. So today I'm going to go over all the stuff that I used, all the gear I needed for a winter ascent of Mount Washington, in case you feel like doing it yourself. So maybe the most important thing is the pack that you use. I have this old Gregory Forrester pack. I've had it for years and years. It served me very well. This is a Black Diamond Raven. It saved my life, quite frankly. It's used to stop yourself from sliding on ice. You need it to go up steep surfaces. It can also be used almost as a walking stick. I used the trekking poles for the less rugged terrain. Unfortunately, I got these trekking poles for pretty cheap, and you get what you pay for. These are BAFX. That was a no-name I found on Amazon for 20 bucks. They've lasted me about 3 hikes. They no longer stay extended. When you put any pressure on them, they collapse. I'll be getting some new sticks, I'm afraid. A lot of people have asked me what these are. These are just common stakes, like you put on your driveway in the snow, so you know where the boundary is. I use these as markers. I left them behind me periodically on my way up. There were periods when the visibility was so bad I couldn't see the cairns, and on the way back I knew that would be a problem, so I left these. And there was one instance where I was crossing a big white snowfield where I couldn't see the other side and couldn't see the markers on the other side. When I did eventually find my way across it, sure enough, there was one of my markers waiting for me in the snow. A first aid kit is always important. Ironically, the only time I had to use this was when my kid tripped and fell and hurt his wrist in the parking lot of the hotel. Fortunately, that was the worst thing that happened. It was very important to have several layers of gloves. I had these nice light ones that I had for the start of the hike, and then when we got up over the ridge where the weather was worse, I put on these heavier ones. Also, at the start of the hike, I had some hand warmers that I put in my thicker gloves at the beginning of the hike. That way, by the time I was ready to put these on, they're already nice and toasty, and they lasted the whole hike, nice and warm. I was wearing Giro goggles. Not only did they protect my eyes from the wind and the cold, but they also cut down on the glare and helped me see my way. For balaclava, I had this heavy-duty balaclava from Sirius. It was very warm, although it wasn't very breathable. It kept me very warm, but it held in a lot of perspiration as well. Still, it worked for what I needed it to do. This hat is from Outdoor Research. I actually got this last minute at the gift shop in the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center, and it worked great. My Catula microspikes were absolutely crucial. These have a rubber elastic band that fits around your boots, and spikes that dig into the ice and the snow. Now, they're not for very deep snow or very thick ice, but they're good for most of the trail when it's in snowy conditions. These crampons from Petzl were absolutely crucial, even more so than the micro spikes. These are designed for deep snow and slippery ice, and I couldn't probably have gotten up the face of Lionhead without these. Unfortunately, they're not designed to be worn with regular hiking boots, which I didn't realize. After I had taken them off and then tried to put them back on, I wasn't able to do it the right way, and they actually came off when I was going up a slippery slope, which almost was pretty dangerous for me, but fortunately I had my ice axe and I was able to stop myself. It was also extremely important to make sure I was wearing the right kind of layers to keep myself warm. As my base layer, I had a t-shirt. It was kind of like an Under Armour t-shirt. It was very sweat wicking, and that kept my body dry, so I was able to stay warm. Over top of that was some nice thermals from REI. I've had these for years. They've lasted well, both top and bottom. And they kept me very warm also. Over the thermals, I had a nice classic fleece from EMS. Also these warm, durable, rugged pants from a company called Caramore. They're a British company that EMS was carrying their products. I'm very happy with them. Over the fleece, I was wearing my North Face soft shell jacket. Once we got above Lionhead and we were on the ridge where the wind and the cold were really serious, I put on a windproof and waterproof layer. For my legs, I had these gray pants from 511. These things are also super durable. When I was glissading down the Lion's Head path on the way down, I was sliding on my butt in these things, and they held up. Pretty durable. And my topmost outer layer was this Gore-Tex jacket that I was actually issued in the Coast Guard. If you can find a Gore-Tex jacket like this, it's worth its weight in gold. It held the warmth in and kept the wind chill out. I swear by this thing. My compass was also pretty crucial. There was one point where, as I had mentioned, I lost sight of the trail. I lost sight of the cairns. I wasn't sure where to go, but my compass helped me get on track. You gotta carry one of these. This one is by a company called Brunton. It's a True Arc 3. It was inexpensive, it's very light, and it worked great. Well, that's about all. If you have any questions about anything I showed here, or want any more elaboration, let me know. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. And as always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Adventure Man, Ron Spellman. Thanks again, and so long for now.